everyone, hope you're all very well. Today it's very early in the morning. I'm not quite sure why I'm up this early, but I thought I would sit you down and let you get ready with me again, and it's just a very standard normal day, so I thought I would show you my everyday kind of autumny fall inspired makeup. I haven't actually worn a full-on berry lip yet this year, so today could be the day, and I also have a nude option, so when we get to the lipstick portion of the video I will show you a couple of the ones that I have here, and then I'm also going to do a nice brown smoky eye, one product smoky eye as well, which is just really quick, really simple, and definitely a winner when it's so early in the morning. And also I apologise for what's going on in my head at the moment. Again, it's too early to think about hair. So let's get started, and my skin has been so dry at the moment. It's definitely the cold weather, it just sucks all the moisture out of it, and no matter how much water I drink, how much moisturiser I put on, it's just very dry and it gets very dull looking. So I'm going to use this. This is Bourjois Healthy Mix. This is the Radiance Reveal version, and I always come back to this. It's been in my collection for such a long time, but I think I probably prefer it to most of my high-end foundations. It's just such an amazing product for the price that it is. It's really hydrating, it gives an amazing amount of coverage, and it just has such a lovely natural glow to it as well, and I do love a bit of a glow. I feel as if there is not going to be much talking throughout this video. I generally can't formulate a sentence until about 10 o'clock in the morning, and we've got a long way to go until then. So I really like to spend a lot of time buffing this foundation in and just really working it. I haven't used a great deal. I think a pump and a half is all I have on my skin, but I just like to really work it in. I think especially when you're going for a smoky eye and a bold lip as well, it's nice to have very natural, clean looking skin. I'm going to conceal with a combination of Bobbi Brown's Corrector, and then also another product from Bourjois, I've just realised. This is their CC Eye Cream, and again I've had this for a while and it comes out every now and then, but at the moment I'm really into it. It's a really nice brightening under eye concealer. I know I say this every time I use it, but I could not be anywhere without Bobbi Brown Corrector. It is just a lifesaver. And then this concealer has a really weird, almost quite plasticky, bendy tip, which I thought was a great idea to begin with. It is probably a little bit more hygienic than the standard kind of material doughy ones, but it's quite tricky to apply it to your face, so I tend to just take it off with my finger and then dab it on that way. And this is a really thin concealer, but it covers so nicely and it is really brightening as well. And we need a lot of that in the morning. And then I just blend that in with a fluffy brush. So for any concealing around the rest of my face, any blemishes that I have to cover up, and there are a few today, I'm using the NARS Creamy Concealer. And I really need to buy a new one of these. But whenever I go to buy my shade, which is Vanilla, it's always out of stock. I know a lot of people really enjoy using this under their eyes too, and it is amazing at covering up dark circles, but for me I just find it's a little bit too dry and cakey, and I'm blending that in with my Sephora Pro Airbrush Concealer Brush. And I prefer this one for around the face because it is just a little bit smaller. So that's base done. I'm not going to powder just because I want to keep a bit of the glow in my skin, and then I'm going to use a bronzer, and this is NARS Laguna. I've had a real love-hate relationship with this bronzer. The first time I got it I just didn't understand the hype, I didn't like it at all, and then I kind of used it on and off for a while, and now I really like it again. So I'm going to use this quite a lot all over my skin just because it's quite dull and grey outside, which ends up making my skin look quite dull as well, so I'm just going to really boost it up with a bit of extra colour. So I'm going to take it kind of in the places where sun would naturally hit, as if I had an actual tan for once. I think bronzer is definitely my best friend. Now this is where things stray from the standard autumn colours slightly, and this is Benefit's Majorette blusher, and I am just absolutely in love with this at the moment. It's just a perfect pure peach shade. It's a cream to powder blusher, but it still gives a little bit of glow to the cheeks. It's not really powdery and really chalky, but this shade is just so lovely, and I think it works nicely with the autumn colours like the browns and the berry tones. So with any cream powder or cream product I like to put it on with a Real Technique stippling brush, and I just put a little bit on there and then dab it off and then onto my cheeks. And it definitely doesn't come out as bright and as peachy as you may think. You can definitely build it up to be that bright if you like, but I prefer it a little bit more sheer. And I'm also going to use a cream product to highlight, and this is Illamasqua's Gleam in the shade Aurora, and I've had this for a really long time and I always forget how beautiful it is, but every time I put it out again I remember, and it's just a really nice champagne-y, slightly cool tone pink, but it's still a little bit warm as well. It's kind of a very neutral, pretty highlighter, but this is a really lovely texture. It's almost quite moussey, but it gives a really lovely glow to the skin. I'm just going to put that on the tops of my cheekbones and down the bridge of my nose as well. I think a highlighter can never be skipped. As little products as you're putting on your skin, I always have to use a highlighter. I think it just makes a whole look. For brows, it's just my normal combination of Bobbi Brown's Brow Kit and Soap and Glory's Archery pencil, and I use the powder in this to fill in the majority of my brows, and then the pencil just to define the arch slightly. So again, I just sort of elongate my brows with the pencil and then just make the arch a little bit higher. And this pencil is such an amazing dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Browers. I think it's pretty much identical. So onto the exciting bit and the eyes, and like I said, I'm just going to use one product for kind of quite soft smoky eye, and this is Clinique's Black Honey eyeshadow, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. It's kind of a very reddy, rusty toned brown, but it's really, really pretty once it's on the eyes. I'm going to use a little bit of a primer before I put it on, just so that the colour comes out really intense, and for that I'm going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Lid Primer just on the lid, because I want it to then quite softly fade out towards the crease of my eye. So I'm just going to get a flat brush and really pack that onto the eye, and it's not hard because these shadows are really, really pigmented. And then I'm going to blend that out. And then just repeat the process again to kind of amp up the colour. Always a motorbike outside when I'm trying to film. And that's it, pretty much done. Super simple, quick, smoky eye. I'm just going to tightline my eyes as well a little bit with the Super Liner Gelmatic from L'Oreal. This is really great for tightlining, I found, because it's got a nice little thin twist up nib, and it's waterproof too, so it doesn't transfer down onto the lower waterline. Now I'm bad enough at doing this on my own without filming, so this could look absolutely awful, but I'm just going to try and smudge it between my lashes and on my top waterline. I'm also going to put a little bit of the eyeshadow on my bottom lashes as well, just because I feel naked these days without wearing eyeshadow on my bottom lashes, so I'm just going to do a really small line, only about halfway. And then I'm going to curl my lashes, because I'm not wearing eyeliner. I really do need to kind of curl them and boost them up to open up my eyes. And then the mascara I'm going to be using is L'Oreal's Miss Manga mascara, and you all should know that I absolutely love this. However, this is a slightly different version. This is Black Angel, which is a really intense dark black one, so we'll see how different it does look. I still think this is the most amazing volumizing mascara. That's probably only one coat and it's already thickened them up really well. And also another great thing about it is it doesn't smudge on the bottom lashes, which I always have a problem with. So last of all, onto lips, and I have a couple of options here. I have a nude shade and then a few berry colours. Actually, I haven't decided between them yet, so I'll put both of them on so you can see both looks. The first one is Barbarella from NARS, and this has just become one of my firm favourite nudes. I only bought it a few weeks ago, but I've been wearing it pretty much every day since then, so this is just a very simple option. It's a really, really pretty peach, and again, with the peaches, I'm really into peach at the moment. I think it just adds a little bit of colour to the lips without being too intense as well. So that is Barbarella. And then some of my favourite berries I have here, of course, Kate Moss for Rimmel 107. I think it's just the ultimate classic autumnal berry shade. And then I also have one from Berry M, which is quite a new one. This is LPS1, not a very good name, Berry M. And this is a slightly darker, more vampy nude. I think if I put them on my hand, you can see them a bit better. So that's the Rimmel one there. It's kind of slightly brighter. And then the Berry M one's actually quite similar. It's a little bit more reddy, whereas the Rimmel's got a slightly more purpley undertone to it. And then I also have Sleek's Vamp here, which is one of my absolute favourites. It's a lot darker, a lot deeper. It's kind of more of a really dark burgundy. Not sure what to go for. I think though I'm going to use a Sleek just because it has a very similar undertone to the eyeshadow colour, so I think it will team in really nicely. So I'm just going to really work it into my lips first to create a stain so that it really sticks around. I don't actually have a lip liner in this shade, so I'm doing this instead just to keep it on a bit longer. And then I'm just going to use it straight from the bullet to build up the colour. And I will say with this lipstick, your lips definitely have to be in very good condition. It's not completely matte, but it does pick up on a lot of dry patches, and mine aren't that great at the moment, but we will work with it. So that's my everyday autumny inspired makeup look. I hope you enjoyed watching that. Let me know if you prefer the nude lip or the bold option. I'm definitely a bold girl at heart, so this lipstick from Sleek is one of my favourites at the moment. I really love it. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all soon.